Shy Guy you. Oh, with another episode of the Blerd Word. Oh, I'm trying to be serious.
How you guys doing? I'm sorry for the popcorn. I had to make myself a snack real quick. It's good to be back and glad to be doing, news again. And it's been an interesting time since we last talked.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on in the world.
Everybody about to get a free chance to play Call of Duty.
But first, back to the Blerd Word, because this guy here is obviously on something.
The truth.
Disney Plus, right? You know, all these subscription services are being high as shit, right? Netflix is like fucking $300.
Netflix just dropped an ad that it was like, I'm finna go up some more.
So yeah. However, Disney Plus is going backwards.
How so?
It's getting a cheaper route. Yeah, but you're basically paying for cable because they're gonna have ads and shit to it though.
Wow.
But you know,
So is it gonna be like stepping in Hulu toes because they got like live TV?
but I feel like it's gonna. Disney Plus is already one price, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of them upping their price, they're giving you a price for ads. If that makes sense. To where it's like, you're gonna pay this amount to have ads. But I feel like that's basically what you get already, for real. A lot of things that just come with ads. As in. But, looking at my notes here.
But like speaking of Disney Plus and getting better for free, I heard it was still in all the Marvel TV.
It is. Because you're getting all the Defenders. Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, the Daredevil, the Punisher. Punisher wasn't in the Defenders. But I feel like they should put him in the second one. I don't know if he was a Defender or not, because I don't really fuck with Marvel like that.
He wasn't the original group. It's so much more powerful.
But I feel like they should. Kudos to Marvel, because they do a lot of crossover shows. They're not as good as the DC ones, but that's personal bias. Also, they're getting Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is probably my favorite Marvel TV show.
First of all, you like the show Gotham, so I really don't.
I didn't watch Gotham. As a Batman fanatic, I didn't watch Gotham.
Oh.
Haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
I'm just not interested
in watching a Batman show without Batman?
Yeah. I'm here from Batman, not young Master Wayne. Nope. I need to see this nigga breaking elbows, throwing people off of buildings and screaming, "I'm justice, vengeance," whatever you have it.
Well, speaking of which, and speaking of that movie, one of the earlier concepts, a lot of people in comic world were saying that this Batman was based off of the Year One Batman. You know the stories of Batman, the ultra-violent, kind of dark, gritty Batman. So I feel like that's what you were getting, because only a few people, I heard this, only a few people were calling him Batman. Like, nobody called him that. Everybody else was calling that man Vengeance.
And other shit.
Yeah, but
spoiler alert. That was definitely a spoiler. This is the news. So if you're here now, we're reporting some news to you. I will say this though, Batman, I remember seeing Batman Year One, and he was still a rookie Batman. So if you get like 1 year, 2 year Batman, you still get rookie Batman. So if you haven't seen the movie, I hate it for you. But there's certain scenes in the movie that makes you feel like Batman hasn't mastered his jumper yet. He's still trying to figure out his niche. He hasn't.
Was Robert Pattinson better known from like his Twilight years?
Of course.
I don't think that's his best movie. I'm just saying that's the most known.
Yeah, that's what he's known for.
Phenomenal as a what it looks to be a younger Wayne.
Yeah. But
And I have seen the movie, and I don't want to spoil it by going, but based on what you see, it does look to be a younger Wayne of earlier days.
oh yeah.
And DC, to do an interesting pivot, DC has also stepped this game up with as far as comic books. It's going into, there's a new series for Darkseid, a new Justice League, one that started in the interest of women's National Women's Month.
Yep.
There's a Wonder Woman comic book drop. And I don't know if it's popcorn ruining the fact
I had popcorn.
that I can't talk it off, but DC, I will put the recommendations at the end of the episode for new comics for National Women's Day comics. I think Marvel has something for it, and I will check again.
For sure. But speaking of subscription service, what Hulu got coming up?
Oh, Hulu got
Some heat. Oh, Hulu got some heat. You said Futurama.
Futurama is coming back again to end for like the 6th time again. They have all the original cast, and I don't know.
Cat the Seagull.
Mm-hmm.
Billy
Everybody.
West. Was it Billy West?
Yes, everybody, but I think the original voice of Bender is still on the line. Some people, like I've heard some sources say that he's all the way through and he's going to be the voice. But then another source say, yeah, then it's not set in stone yet, and it is 20 episodes. So I don't know.
You gotta have Bender though. You can't. I mean, Futurama is good. It's a great show. I feel like Bender though is probably one of the top characters of people who've seen Futurama.
But think about it. We've seen characters often get replaced. Apu is gone. Apu is gone. Because remember, Apu was voiced by a white man.
For real?
Yeah. But you remember how long the Simpsons have been going on?
How long as shit. Yeah.
So
it sounds good.
It was like, it was before everybody knew. It was back when white people were playing black people, white people were playing. Everybody had just been that way forever. But instead of casting another person, brown person, they just got rid of the character, which is sad.
Apu was a good character. I fuck with Apu. At the Quickie Mart. Survived.
My man's definitely pulled the tool on somebody a few times. Apu had his wife.
Apuli with the toolie.
And Apu had hella kids. I respect it. But the voice of Bender is the only questionable story as far as what goes for Willie or won't he?
Right.
But what I really want to say is, if you've been touching your controllers recently, I know there's a game that's broken quite a few. I don't want to butcher the name, so.
Is it a game?
The third Dark Souls. Well,
I'm talking about Elden Ring?
Yeah.
I feel like it's Elden Ring.
I'm sorry, but yeah, you know, hard ass open world game in a super dark setting.
But those I feel like games like that kind of take you back to earlier games to where it's like you don't really have no health bar. You can only take so much damage. Like, okay, if I get hit 3 times, I gotta start over.
Old school get you good days.
Like, the fucking Lion King game for Sega.
The game was hard.
It's hard as shit. Low-key, Super Mario, those games were hard as shit because one false jump down a hole. Sick, but fuck this game. I'm finna go fucking outside and ride my bike because that's stupid as shit. But I've seen a lot of Elden Ring clips, and yeah, that shit definitely looks hard as fuck right now.
Also, if you have Game Pass and you play with friends, Marvel, the Avengers drop, and although it's, kind of bad open game. It's decent with friends. What is it? There's a few. I'll drop the
Said Marvel Avengers?
Marvel Avengers.
That's it, man, now, didn't it?
Yeah, but on Game Pass it's free.
I don't, honestly, not gonna lie to you, I'm not even thrilled about that game. I don't think I want to play that game. That shit just looks fucking stupid. But look, since we're talking about drops though, on a lighter note, the next piece of crap.
Well, that's why you have an Xbox, so you'll always be sad because we'll never get a good Batman game.
You got an Xbox, and first off, all the Batman games we do get Batman games, in my opinion. But I'm DC biased, so you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Only one I haven't played for real was the one where it was like the year one Batman.
You're the type of nigga I think thinks the Superman game is good.
I don't like Superman, so I'm not gonna think any Superman.
How are you DC biased and then against their poster child?
As a Batman fan, it's either or. You can't be a Batman fan and a Superman fan. It doesn't work like that. It's either or. But drops, anime releases.
What you got?
Rising of the Shield Hero, April. So that's next month.
Did you enjoy that anime?
I fucks with it. It's crazy because you have that anime in the sense of you in Elder Scrolls environment. You want a nigga with a shield, a nigga with a sword, a nigga with a bow, and then the fourth nigga to do some either healing or some other shit.
Back when that show first came out, people, I don't know if the term was as popular, but they started calling it isekai, switch to a different world.
And I fuck with I feel like that was always been a term, because you gotta think, personally speaking, one of my favorite anime was that time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Okay.
It's basically the same thing. To where you're getting reincarnated. So, I feel like that term
I know.
It's been out for a while. Fucking
isekai?
Speaking of isekai, the saga of Evil Tanya. Oh, I'm a little bit inebriated.
You talking about Young Hitler?
I wouldn't call it, yeah. Young war general. Cause she be fucking people up. She fucks people up. Long story short. And it's such a good show for me because of like she has a love-hate relationship with
God.
Yeah. That's what it boils down to. And she does a well job out of spite for him. And she does things to where it's like, if I do this, I can be in the back away from fucking war. Nope. Front and center. But she fucking excels and kills that shit.
What's next, sir?
Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blood Orphan Special Edition. Spring 2022.
Oh my god.
I like Mobile Suit Gundam was one of my first low-key animes. Like Gundam Wing.
It's not that. It's Iron Blood. Orphans was hella sad.
But it's fucking Gundam Wing. That's
like Gundam says fuck them kids all the time.
Yeah. So you know what you're in for.
So if you really like Gundam, it was crisp, good anime, had interesting fights, great plot. It made you feel bad for the characters, and then it was that Gundam showed you war is war. There are no real heroes.
Oh yeah, everybody's fucked up. But also,
not we're doing what we're doing.
but also, you have
I hope to get him
Bleach. One time for Bleach. One time for Bleach. 1,000-Year Blood War, October 22nd.
This is the arc that a lot that is gonna either make or break Bleach as far as
Make a breach?
break. I'm trying to make words happen. I've been having a rough time.
Yeah, it's hard out here for a pimp.
Make or break Bleach. Simply
Try to say
because
that 5 times fast.
I can't. I know I couldn't.
Gotcha.
Make or break Bleach. Oh, I'm finna die.
But yeah, it'll make or break Bleach.
Because coming back after about as long as it did with its ending hiatus as far as how the anime went, for it to finally get its chance to get its last arc as a comic, well, as a manga,
yeah,
is definitely needed. In the Blood arc, if it's colored the right way, if we get the right kind of fights, if we get the right animation, it could be fire, and it could cement it as one of those top great animes.
Can I admit this to you?
What?
I've never finished Bleach. Mainly because of I've never wanted it to end. Like, because once you finish the anime, we're going to rewatch it? Yeah, you can. But, like, do you really want to go back and rewatch the episodes? I'm not the type of...
If it was fire, yeah. Yu Yu Hakusho, I will still go back and watch fights.
Look, in grand speaking though, there's some episodes, and not even just episodes, season-wise, I would go back and rewatch Full Metal Alchemist.
Brotherhood? Okay.
I did get Full Metal Alchemist, the first one, is cool, but Brotherhood just hit different.
Exactly.
It hit
so
different.
Don't you think Bleach also deserves that opportunity for it to have its hit different? Because a lot of time Bleach strayed away from its core material in sometimes a horrid fashion.
Yeah.
You know how mad I was at the bounce?
Continuing on really, because we'll be all day talking about Bleach.
Okay.
You also have My Hero Academia Season 6, Fall 2022. Dragon Ball Super, of course. April 22nd, 2022.
It's confirmed that Piccolo gets a new form.
Thankfully. But I'll say this, and I feel like a lot of people can relate to this. I was always a Gohan fan originally, and then I became a Vegeta fan. I feel like Gohan won't get robbed of his time to shine like Vegeta did in Resurrection F. Because how the trailer's looking, if you haven't seen the trailer, should we throw the trailer up?
We should throw the trailer up.
We should throw the trailer up. We'll be back after this trailer, folks. Oh, shit. My bad, bro. I tried to turn it up. Because I know you can't hear it for real.
Nigga, I can't see. I can hear fine.
Oh, okay, there you go. You got glasses, dude?
I need surgery, son.
お前たち何者だ。正義のために命令を実行するスーパーヒーロー。ピッコロさん、ちょっとがっかりだな。もっとすごいって思ってたのに。レッドリボン軍の復活は近い。ヒーローの出番だ。かっこいいだろ。たった今確信した。どっちが。
Bro, that's why I said Gohan. This is Gohan show, bro. You got Saiyan.
本当の力を。
Somebody who said set on being like away from saying power.
Dragon Ball Super Superhero.
Man,
How
Gohan.
strong they gotta be that he had to pull that out.
But Gohan took too many L's lately. Like, too many L's. As a Gohan fan that turned a Vegeta fan, Gohan took too many L's, bro. So yeah, it looks like as a Gohan fan turned Vegeta fan, because they watched my dog.
Why
Gohan.
do you always say it like a complete title?
Because it is. Because I feel like a lot of Vegeta fans only became Vegeta fans because they watched Gohan. Because Gohan was supposed to have been that guy. He was supposed to have been that dude.
I'll let you know now. You said you switched from one character who got violently beaten by the other character as a child.
Yes.
Like, Gohan was like 14, Vegeta was a grown-ass man just beating
it. But he's saying, bro, so it's different. You got to be
How
built
was
different.
different?
You have to be built different to be insane. That's I don't make the rules. That's saying law, apparently. You have to be able to accept fucking gut punches by being held by the head But overgrown ass mother. This man has a liquor license.
Keep in mind,
Punching you in your gut.
This man, you've seen punch.
In the same token, though, this little ass kid headbutted a nigga's stomach and made him get right. Grown ass man. Headbutt.
This man, we're still talking about the same man who watched his dad.
I'm still.
And has one punch killed multiple things.
We also. Remember what happened to Frieza with Vegeta? Didn't Gohan not give Frieza a slick wham before he was like final form Frieza? But he gave him like, we all been watching that episode. He got that.
Then Frieza just turned around and was like, hey.
Frieza also had Vegeta in his fifth.
That was Krillin, wasn't
it? It was probably, I think it was Krillin.
It was Krillin.
It was Krillin, you're right.
But no, but he did have Vegeta tooted up.
Bro, he had Vegeta crying to some random ass saying who he beat up. Kakarot for my people, for her race.
I mean, like, imagine there's only 7 of y'all left.
Yeah, and you the prince, and you boo-hooing. Vegeta was down bad that moment.
And you first of all...
You know what? You know what the term was? The Cell Saga.
Is where you became a fan of Vegeta?
Yeah. Because had not it been for Vegeta's final flash, that same pride would have got the best of everybody. Because Gohan's supposed to been just killed Cell. But he wanted to make him suffer.
I mean, couldn't you not argue if Vegeta didn't have that same pride, they wouldn't have been in that situation because he let
to begin with, hell no. Yep, you can argue that shit. But speaking of pride, shout out. What's the saying of pride for the 7 Deadly Sins? Was it Escanor? Escanor. Shout out to Escanor. 7 Deadly Sins, the Sin of Pride, the Sun Sin of Pride. Hell yeah. But they do have a movie coming up, The Grudge of Enderridge, to be announced. So there's no like date on it, so I can tell you it's gonna be fall, spring, summer, winter, January, February, March, April, May. It's when they tell you, they're gonna tell you, and that's when it comes out. And you also have Made in Abyss. If you like dark animes with like, you know how Netflix has a little, not Netflix, but Verve, maybe Crunchyroll has it too, to where it's like child characters that should have died. Or some dark shit
or
like
that. Fate Neverland and
fucking what's the shit with the plants and the aliens? Oh.
Plants and the Aliens?
Well, it's like the kids are plants for aliens to eat.
Oh, the one with the black nurse.
Yeah.
Yep. Promise Neverland.
Yep. So yeah. So like shit like that. That's what Made in Abyss is. But they do have the second season coming, which if you watch Made in Abyss and seen the first season where it took off and ended at, the second season is gonna be great. Ideally.
I watched some weird anime about it was called High School Girls Living Club.
It's titled to be
Hold on, wait.
Made in Abyss. Let me say this title for you, because that sounds like some shenanigans. So let me say this title real quick. Made in Abyss, the sun blazes upon the golden city. Also to be announced, 2022. So what's the shit about this high school girls?
First of all, it's not like the one zombie anime about high schoolers. It was like tits and ass, zombie vibes. This is more like girls going through a whole mental health breakdown, thinking that they're alive in school, but you start to see a little breakdown in the fabric of her fake reality. The classroom's empty. They're only talking to certain people. You never see certain characters she's talking to. Bam, you find out there was a zombie apocalypse and a lot of people have died.
Yeah, that seems a little bit
dark as shit.
Yeah, that'll definitely do it for you.
But, you know, speaking of dark things,
dark places and dungeons and tunnels.
Let's talk about this minuscule here. Well,
dun 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 dun. I have a bro. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
That is horrible.
But you know what it is?
Indiana Jones.
What the fuck?
And the Temple for Older Negroes. Comes out soon. Well, It's got the production is finished after many directors.
It's on Color People's time. That's what you're trying to say.
Pretty much.
CPT.
But they finally released a teaser trailer for like how he's gonna look, and
a teaser trailer
like a teaser picture.
Gotcha. Like a still like a
just
what they call that shit? The fucking not the Ouija board, but when they put all the board pieces together, you know.
Yeah, like the crime scene pictures.
But yeah, the crime scene picture.
Indiana Jones.
They have a picture of that shit.
Just one picture.
What you put like right here?
Mm-hmm.
Bet. All right.
Also, if you are a fan of, because we talked about Batman a little bit, and I didn't want to ruin it, but if you are a fan of like superhero shows, The Boys dropped this animated series on Amazon. It is something like, I want to say, TV, the Netflix series in which you cycle through shows. Love, Death, and Robots.
He play something and just fix the
shit. It's kind of like Love, Death, and Robots. And if you're new to like the kind of world of The Boys, it's interesting. But if you watched and pay attention to the series, you would really understand what's going on. The second show we're talking about is...
You're making love to this. Why your eyes closed?
The second show we're talking about is...
Basically, this motherfucker is really thinking, he has eyes closed, having sensual sex with you motherfuckers.
I cannot talk with my eyes open.
Why you can't?
I don't know, but it's
supposed to look people eye to eye.
You know it's been working so much better
sensual sex with motherfuckers.
How am I making sensual?
Because your eyes closed. That's exactly how.
I thought sensual sex was with eyes open.
Nah, bro. You trying to like have phone sex with people.
You be fucking ugly bitches. That's what it sounds like. Cause you say
I'm not the one with the eyes closed.
It's gotta be sensual.
I'm not the one with the eyes closed. I'm just saying. You close your eyes when you want to look at something else.
Then it's not sensual. It's like, oh, I gotta, make
you got your eyes closed. You got your eyes closed. That's all I know.
Sorry, weirdos. But Netflix has also dropped a series. It is
the United Justice, I believe. I think that's what it is. The United Justice, the Guardians of Justice.
The Guardians of Justice, which is a darker turn on a Justice League esque group. What's interesting in it is although. Yeah,
this nigga still got his eyes closed, making whispering sweet nothings.
These things, and the way you basically see characters is more of that different kind of The Boys, The Watchmen vibe with how you see things.
Also, real dark and gritty type shit.
Dark and gritty. Also, I do warn, but they also do it in the show right before you watch it. Suicide warning right out the gate. Straight in the gate.
Yeah. That was the first episode we watched, right?
First episode.
So first episode. That's what they lead with. That's what they lead with.
The unalive button.
Yeah. That's it's rough.
The darkest Superman fan story I've ever seen. But if you definitely like darker things, that's a good thing to go in to watch. Interesting. And the artistic vibe in it is different. How you get to see the presentation of it switch from live action to animated. It is just an impressive show to watch. I can't wait for season 2.
You can't really tell that your eyes are closed for real.
I need you to stop paying attention to small things I'm doing to help me speak better.
Tomato. But, we're just happy to have you here. I feel like this is a good place to wrap it up at. We are also gonna do a highlight reel. So since, today's episode, it's a new thing. We're gonna do our own highlights. It is what it is.
This is shameless promotion.
Vanity at its best.
I once again want to let you know this is probably only because this man has like one saucy plate that he wants the world to see, so he's gonna force you to watch it.
Saucy as fuck. 5 best rappers. Dying Live, Dollar, because I spit hot fire. Dame the Fame here.
Shy Guy, you.
With the blurred word.
The word of the day is World War IV.
Not the word of the day. The blur it's news. Blur was it blurred news for you?
I don't know.
Nerd news for you. That's what it is. Come on, jump my cup. But nerd news for you.
You better learn how to say that in Russian.
Check out these highlights. Hey, but look, if you got some highlights, hit us up. Email me, damnthefame7@gmail.com. Streamer tag, gamer tag, all that good information. We'll catch y'all next time on the next episode.
Just a
Oh, I get shit.